Am I the asshole for throwing medical students out of my son's room? A couple of days ago, my son got admitted to a children's hospital. Yesterday, one of his doctors came in with 2 medical students. She introduced herself, but the med students did not. While I was talking with the doctor, the med students went to my son, who was sleeping in his crib, and started to examine him. Obviously, this woke him up, but at first, I was just going to go with it and keep my mouth shut. Then, still without saying a single word to me, they started to take his diaper off. I told the doctor to excuse me for a second and told the med students that they needed to leave the room immediately. One of them asked me why, and I told them that they hadn't introduced themselves to me in any way, had never received my permission to touch my child, let alone take his diaper off, and therefore were not welcome in the room. The doctor was upset, but I don't know if it was directed at me or at the med students. Am I the asshole, or was the way they presented themselves less than ideal? That is sick cunt behavior. Like, you put a solid line in the sand of what you will and will not tolerate when it comes to child protection. They literally could have been fucking anybody. And just because there was a known doctor in the room, that doesn't mean they are then able to simply off-put their responsibility as doctors who are also developing their own skills. That being said, that does place that doctor in shit cunt territory as well, because it was their job to make sure those med students knew how to conduct themselves when they walked into a room. And it is too fucking common where children, people who can't speak, women in labour who may not be able to communicate in the same way, their autonomy is just completely disregarded. It's not fucking on. Not a shit cunt. Absolutely.
Sick cunt.
Yeah.
And like, congratulations on being assertive in an environment where so many people, like, we do just naturally defer to the doctors.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not comfortable.
It's so hard
but
to
you
speak
do the
up.
thing.
Yes.
Like, yep, you do the thing. Like, to be assertive like that is congratulations. The head doctor, for them, it's like, okay, making the rounds, next person. There is a duty of care to say, you know, I'm Dr. Such and Such. These are student doctors. Do you mind if they participate? Because then that woman is in her right to say, I'd rather not. Or like, yeah, okay, that's fine. What's that going to mean? Okay, oh, they're touching. No. There's a duty of care there to really introduce the other people in the room, I think. Because for them, it's a Tuesday, 3:00. For this woman, it's possibly the most vulnerable point in her life. Yes, sick cunt.
It wasn't even described as to what was going on.
But to be in a hospital
and to assert yourself like that.
Yeah.
With those kind of authority figures around. And
because they don't always know best either.
Yeah.
Fuck-ups happen. They miss things, or they skip things, or they do things wrong.
The core of all medical care is informed consent. Nothing can ever be implied. Nothing can go unspoken. You must be clear in exactly what you plan to do and why. So the person responsible, be that the patient themselves, or in this case, a parent, can then say yes or no, knowing exactly what that means.
And what a great lesson for those students to have had that happen to them as well. Because
especially as a med student.
Yeah.
When they have the opportunity to not have that impact their overall medical practice as they grow.
They might have been told that at one point during their 8-10 years studying, but then there's the next thing to learn, the next thing to learn. To have that real world application of, if you're going to approach a patient, let's say that wasn't a toddler, let's say it's a 13-year-old or a 40-year-old, I'm going to undo this nappy now. Like, I'm going to touch your body, or do you mind? The informed consent. Yeah,
we'd like to get a look at this for this reason.
Yeah, you say whatever.
We'll need to do this in order to do that. Are you comfortable with that? Okay,
yeah,
give us a shout. If you're not, you stop, we'll stop, and we can figure out a way to move forward from there.
Yeah, whatever they would normally say along those lines to an adult, if it's an infant and there's the mother or a parent there or a guardian there, you say it to them. Do you mind? We're just going to do this. They're the one with the understanding. Yeah, come on. But great lesson for them to have learned from somebody who has that assertiveness.
Yeah. For me, it's the doctor themselves that are the issue here. Because as med students, even when I was doing my midwifery course, you never speak out of turn. In that moment, the doctor went immediately to the parent and was talking to them. You would never interrupt that to introduce yourself. They're attending. it would be their responsibility to specifically introduce them and then walk them through or ask them to walk the parent through what the plan was. So they moved out of turn by attempting to do whatever they were doing without a discussion first. But when it comes to who they are, what they're doing there and all of that, that was on the responsibility of the attending doctor that brought them in.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm such and such, here's Dr. such and such, they're going to do such and such.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a chat
If
now while
that's
they're
okay
doing
with
that.
you. Are you
Yeah.
comfortable with that?
In this situation, it's a parent or a guardian and a child. There's going to be situations where there's a person and their advocate. They could be elderly, they could be incapable. Like, there's going to be so many reasons why this person, let's say the baby, isn't able to advocate for themselves. There's going to be someone else making the decisions that they need to be spoken to and apprised of and asked permission of. Great
Right.
lesson for these doctors to maybe like, oh, they're talking. Okay, I'm not going to start yet until maybe I hear the doctor say that thing.
From the sound of it, this is a newborn. No matter who the fuck you are, you do not approach a baby without the parent's consent. That's like, no.
Or
Yeah.
even you say it out like, hey, how are we all going today? Like, oh, we're going to change some nappies today.
Like the narrative.
Narrative.
Yeah.
Of like, we know what's happening. Yeah.